Hello, thank you for your interest in Danomics. So I wanted to get started today with a brief PowerPoint presentation just to give you an overview of Danomics. So Danomics is a multi-well petrophysics, geoscience, and decline curve analysis platform. And when we designed this system, we were really focused on operating at scale. So we wanted to give you the tools that will allow you to go in and rapidly interpret thousands of wells while still maintaining the ability to do granular interpretations when needed. So Danomics is a 100% cloud-based platform. So we have written every line of code to be optimized to process your data in the cloud and be displayed in the web browser. And this has a lot of advantages for you. So first of all, it allows us to offer you a scalable platform. Because we're running in a data center, we can call up nearly infinite compute as needed. So this gives us the ability to run projects on thousands or tens of thousands of wells. The cloud is also accessible, so you can log in and get access to your data in your personal workspace regardless of the computer that you're on, regardless of where you're at. As long as you have access to a web browser and the internet, you'll have access to Danomics, and you'll be able to work the same whether or not you're working from the office, working from home, or working from the road. The cloud also brings an aspect of collaboration with it. So when everyone starts having all their data in the same platform and starts doing their interpretations in the same platform, it really creates a lot of opportunities for working across disciplines. So you can start to get out of those silos, and you can start integrating your geology, your petrophysics, and your reservoir engineering. And the cloud brings with it a level of sustainability. So with the cloud, we're able to push updates directly to the cloud. And all you have to do to be on the latest version of Danomics is update your web browser. This is, in stark contrast to the traditional IT model where maybe you only get one or two updates per year. It has to be downloaded and vetted by your IT group, installed by them, and then you have to worry about which versions different projects are on. Well, with Danomics, there's none of that concern. We handle all the backwards compat for you. We're able to push those updates directly to the cloud, and we do this frequently. We typically update the software between 50 and 60 times per year, which allows us to ensure that you are working with a fast evolving top tier product. So with respect to our product lines, we have three of them: Petrophysics, Decline Curve Analysis, and Geoscience. Petrophysics is really our flagship product, and there are three parts to the Petrophysics that I'd like to give you a little bit of insight to. The first is our interpretation-ready data. So, when you're working at scale, it's really important to have your data available and ready to go as quickly as possible. And we often see this is where interpreters and companies lose weeks at the start of a project. Well, with our special focus on multi-well projects, we're able to alleviate this. So this starts off when you bring your data into an interpretation. We automatically apply custom alias tables of over 5,500 curve mnemonics. We handle lithological conversions. We handle curve conversions. We take care of your units to ensure that everything is consistent and ready to work with. We also offer things like one-click curve normalization. So you can go in and handle all the disparities that are caused by having different logging vendors and different generations of tools. And we offer automated machine learning based washout repair. So that way, if you have bad hole, you don't have to go through and handle this on a one-by-one basis. We automatically calculate every combination of model based on your available data within a well using either multilinear regression or random forest algorithms to make sure that your data is ready to work with. Once you're ready to interpret, We have what we believe is a gold standard industry leading workflow. And this walks you through interpretations that go from clay volume through volumetrics. Uh, and we have specialized this workflow in a few ways. First of all, we have put mineral inversion in the middle of our workflow, and this provides you with the best answer on porosities that you can make. So, first of all, you're going to get an uplift from that. Second, we have integrated in a number of special methods, such as parameter interpolation from maps. So therefore, you can bring in things like maturity data. You can generate maps of things like your geothermal gradient, gas oil ratios, clay resistivities, etc. And you can then use those grids and maps to populate parameters across your project to ensure that you're getting a consistent interpretation that reflects what's going on in the subsurface instead of just using a one-size-fits-all interpretation. We also use the concept of a key well, and this serves as an interpretational blueprint. So as you start to do things like add default methods, parameters in your key well, those then get propagated out to all the other wells in your project. So you only have to interpret once, and then you can start the QC process. And we do all this while still giving you the ability to go in and do very granular well by well, zone by zone interpretations. And then finally, we have advanced evaluation tools. So although a lot of your work may just focus on going from getting your data in to getting out things like your oil and gas in places, there are times when you may need to do a deeper dive. So that's why we have tools available like shear log modeling, geomechanics, pore pressure, wellbore stability, and more, to make sure that when you do need to do those more sophisticated interpretations, the tools are there for you. We also have a decline curve analysis package. So the decline curve analysis is really focused on automation. So you can go in, you bring in your production data, automatically decline out every well in your data set. This only takes seconds, even when you have hundreds or thousands of wells. You can still go in and manually adjust the automated decline on every well to really get the interpretation to the level that you need. And we even have the ability to do things like multi-segment decline. So if you've done workovers, well interventions, recompletions, you can go in there and understand how that's affecting your reserves and set multiple declines within that well. Along with this, we have economic evaluation, so you can go in and quickly scope out your economics to to really understand, are the reserves that I'm producing, are they, generating positive cash flows? Are they helping us, drill profitable wells? And recently we've added multi-well type curves as well, so you can go in, build multi-well type curves to help guide production when you have these short production histories. So, we're trying to give you the ability to go in and really do top tier technical work with that. And then we're developing our Geoscience product line to help you bring this all together. So the Geoscience has things like maps and cross sections and zone management tools. So you can go in and start to build up the displays that you would like. So for example, here you can see we have a map with production overlays, shapefile overlays, etc. This way you can go in and understand, where the highest quality rocks are, where they lie relative to your acreage, and how that integrates with the production. We're even starting to bring in 2D and 3D visualization tools into the platform to give you the deepest understanding of the subsurface. So when we've built this out, we've built everything, essentially as a data processing pipeline. So as your data is available, We also give you the ability to process this data using a toolkit that we have called Flows. So Flows is a general purpose processing that allows you to work with the different data types in the platform. We have a large number of built-in tools that allow you to manipulate logs and production data. It also gives you the ability to do things like generate maps. Um, but we've also built in Python because we know that you have your own needs and your own ability to customize in the platform. So with Python, you're able to go in and apply your own proprietary code and methods to this. You can even build out front ends for these tools and publish them out to your coworkers. So that way, when you have specialized, correlations and methods, you can make those available to everyone on your team. So when we look at how people are using Danomics, a lot of times they'll start off, they'll bring their data in, maybe they'll run it through some flows to do some basic processing. Then they'll bring it into Petrophysics where they'll apply that interpretation ready data workflow, um, go through the Petrophysics, generate a lot of statistics and properties on a well by well, zone by zone basis. Then they'll go through and they'll start to integrate. They'll bring the reservoir properties in, do some mapping on it in the geoscience domain. They'll compare that to the results from the decline curve analysis to try to understand what it is that's driving production. So if you'd like to get started with this, you can visit our website, www.danomics.com, and you'll notice there's a link there to create an account. So that's available for you. You can sign yourself up, start a 30-day trial, and during that period, we'll offer you full support and onboarding to help you get the most out of that. All right. Well, thank you for your interest in Danomics.